Welcome back to another episode of Horror Galore, episode 11. And we're in the P's, and we're going to finish all the P's. Got a chunk here. First one. The first one is actually, I think there might be 4 of them, but I've only got 3. And it's Phantasm. Phantasm borders science fiction, only with the fact that the villain of the series is the Tall Man, and he is from another dimension. So what happens is, people don't actually die. Their bodies are shrunken down, to like a 2 foot tall thing, and sent to another dimension to be slaves. The 2 main characters, they fight back. I really liked it. There's a lot of, you're a little kid, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and the older brother is saying that to him. Meanwhile, it turns out to be true. It was good. I would put this in one of my favorites. It'd be low in the list, but it is in favorites list. Next is Phantasm 2. The Ball is Back. This one, it's still good. It wasn't as good as the first one. Normally, the first movie always sets the standard, and it's difficult to become better than the original. I don't really have a lot to say about this one, so we'll just move on. Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead. Now, Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead is less of Phantasm 1 and Phantasm 2, because it felt like it was the pilot for a supernatural episode. It legitimately felt like I was watching a supernatural pilot, and that this is what it was supposed to be like, sort of thing. Because it's the 2 main characters from the other movies. They now go around country hunting this thing. It felt like it was 2 brothers hunting monsters. Less of an actual Phantasm movie. This one I actually did get to see in the movie. Robert Rodriguez's Planet Terror. This is another film where it's not really a horror movie, but it's science fiction horror. Planet Terror, they're zombies, but they're not traditional zombies. They are infected zombies from a chemical thing. A lot of disgusting parts in it. A lot of just absurd parts, such as, I'm sure you can see, there's a lady with a rifle for a leg. Absurd. Now, this is John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness, which I bought used. There's, a large group of people that are just slowly getting picked off, sort of thing. A lot of weird stuff happening in it. It's a good movie. I think this one is Pumpkinhead. I don't have too much to say about Pumpkinhead, but I think the first time I watched it when I was probably 18, 19, something like that. Which it had been out for a much longer time. Movies from the 80s. I liked it then, as the concept of it is that a group of city folk, they go out, they're gonna go camping in the woods, in like a log cabin or a cabin in the woods sort of thing. And one of the jackass brothers, he's riding a dirt bike, and a little boy walks out and winds up running him over, killing him. And he was drunk at the time. They all just take off. Well, the father brings back Pumpkinhead to go out and kill them all. This movie actually inspires the Misfits to write a song called Pumpkinhead. I think they call it Pumpkinhead. I'm not sure, but I know they do have a song. I think it's on Famous Monsters about Pumpkinhead. The Misfits, they wrote a lot of songs about horror movies, but they've never done one on Puppet Master. The Midnight Horror Collection, Puppet Master 1, 2, and 3. Puppet Master 1, it sets up that the guy Toulon, he can make puppets move without actually having strings attached to them, and explains that there's a bit of science behind it, a bit of magic. But I think that's the only really good one, and I'm using good and the only good one because then they start to get they get like very bad after that. I've only watched each one of them once, and that's all you ever need because they're not that good. They're not good enough where you're gonna go, you should watch this in multiple settings. It's not gory. There's no foul language in it, really. I mean, there is, but it's not excessive. Like if you've seen the newer It and It Chapter 2, those have an enormous amount of foul language, of curse words. And they say fuck like 90 times in that movie for no reason. Half the time it's for no reason. You don't have that in this. You could say that this is an entry-level horror film. For some, somebody's not. It's because it's not even scary. There's no jump scene. There's none of that. But moving on, it's by itself. So that is the end of this episode. If you liked it, click the like button. If you got any comments, put them in the comment section. Subscribe if you haven't. I like that. I like it when people subscribe. And if you want to support the channel financially, please, you can do that on Patreon. And also, you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And that's the end of this. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.